What is up, guys? This is Olympio coming at you today with an updated version of my Toon deck. Now, yes, this has been a while since I put it up there, and you know it's got a few changes, but I'm going to go over some of the discussional points on this deck, and I'll tell you that. For all intents and purposes, this is a control version of the deck, because that's honestly where I think the deck is kind of shines at as much as it can. Like, Toons are very much a fun build. A fun deck. They're in no way competitive because they rely on the field spell to do anything, but I digress. So we have the 3 Toon Mass Sorcerer. Card's amazing. Being able to just summon it, and eventually you'll be able to draw a card if you get a successful attack, and it's really good. Now it's in a super rare, kind of matches the deck a little bit with the Gemini Elves. But yeah, 3 is needed because it's one of your main cards. A Toon Gemini Elf or Elfie. The reason for running these at 3 is because, pitching cards out of your opponent's hand is kind of better now that Burning Abyss is, slightly neutered and shadows aren't that much of a thing. It means that you can actually net those advantage hits that you really want to, simply because, there aren't going to be that many monsters that really get, boosts, or decks, that get boosts from anything being in the grave, apart from, like going against rogues. So, yeah, they're pretty good. And then finally we have the 3 Effect Veilers. Now, the reason why I'm not running Toon Cyber Dragon is because I don't really like it in this version of the build. It's a great card, and I'd side it simply because I have access to Chimera Tech, Fortress Dragon, in the extra deck, against Cosmos. It's a pretty good one. So I would side that card, but you can always just side the normal Cyber Dragon. Completely honest, it's down to yourself. It's up to you how you think you want to run it. But yeah, so the Effect Veilers are here just to stop any obviously effects and occasional synchro plays. So which you'll see a little bit later. So going on to the spells, we have the 3 Toon Kingdom, the heart and soul of the deck. Don't need to say too much about this card because it's just so good. You need it at 3, and if you're running any less than 3, then it's kind of not how the deck should be run. So 3 Toon Kingdom are pretty solid. Next up, we have 3 Pot of Duality. This is here for your consistency. You hardly special summon, especially not in your turn, unless you're actually going for a play, but you probably won't. So Pot of Duality is just great for the digging, and yeah, pretty good. Next up, 3 Toon Table of Contents. Again, you have to run this at 3 because it's your main search card to search out basically everything and anything that you want. So yeah, don't need to say again too much about this. 2 Comic Hand. Now, I've bumped this down to 2 for space issues, but you'll see why in a second because I'm running another equip spell, which really works with the deck. But Comic Hand is just so sacky. Just having a Toon World up is just so good. One thing that I will say is people are asking me why don't I run Toon World, the continuous spell. You can run it if you so wish, but you would only run it at maximum 1, and it's kind of just such a horrible dead card. Pay 1,000 life points, activate it, do nothing. And I know this deck revolves around having that type of card out, but it's just too much of a minus that it's just too painful. So I'd rather just not run it, to be honest. Next up, one of the new cards, we have 2 Moon Mirror Shield. This card is incredible in this deck. Being able to equip it to the Mass Sorcerer or the Gemini Elf, it means that you can run over your opponent's monsters quite easily. Now, the reason why I have this here is simply because, Toons suffer from having low attack, with 800, I think it is, or 900 for Mass Sorcerer and 19 for Gemini Elf, which is pretty respectable. But it means that you can get rid of some of these problem cards, and it means that you're not going to be taking so much mass damage. And just in general, it's a really nice card, and it's been working out really well for me, and being able to recycle it back is quite nice. And to combo with those 2, we have 2 Hidden Armory. Being able to search out my Snatch Steal or my Moon Mirror is really nice. So yeah, Hidden Armory is just pretty solid for the deck. Next up, so running the 2 Magical Reflector just to pop on top of the field spell and just protect things like that. 2 Mystical Space Typhoon. These are format depending. It's still quite early in the format, so you can always side these if needs be. It just depends on how you want to run it. But for now, I'm just keeping them main, just in case there's any problem, things like skill drains or so on and so forth. 3 3 Mirror Force. This is here for stopping any big attacks that we basically don't want to die. Because obviously I'm going to be keeping my Toons alive with Toon Kingdom's effect. But we need these just to catch people out. And Mirror Force isn't terrible really, so yeah. The Toon masks, these are really decent. Being able to search out your Toons from the deck, and then if you've got Toon Kingdom out, obviously, because you need it to activate this, you'll be able to protect them and such. So yeah, Toon Mask, solid card at 2. Another at 2 is Toon Briefcase. This card's awesome, just being able to send everything back. Excuse me, shuffle them back into the deck. Do this on a Pendulum Summon, it's just so brutal. I love it so much, and yeah, it's searchable, so pretty solid. 2 lose 1 turns. As I said, we hardly special summon, and if we do, it's going to be in your opponent's turn, so you don't mind it being in defense mode and having its effect negated. So 2 lose 1 turn, really good. You can bump it up to 3 if you so wish, but it got a little bit cloggy for me at 3, so 2 was a really nice number. Still rocking the Skill Prisoners. This is again just good for blocking those monster effects that are going to target any of my annoying or my useful cards like Toon Kingdom, so on and so forth. It's just a really solid card, and I really enjoy playing it, and being able to use it 4 times is just nice because you can banish it from the grave. And then finally we have the 1 Vanity's Emptiness. Again, this is a little bit of a control build, so it's really nice. Things you can put in are things like Macrocosmos and Defissure to play against the meta, which are really nice, so that's always something to consider. So going on to the extra deck, we have the 1 Trishula Dragon the Ice Barrier. This can be made with any level 4s, 2 of them in a Fet Veiler, so that's why. The 1 Caster and the Catasta, sorry, and the 1 Samson. These are here just generic rank 5s that if I just need to go into them. You can play Armades if you so wish, it's just down to you. I just like the idea of this because, you can reball and stuff, and it's just quite nice, especially from your opponent's graveyard. So then we have Diamond and Pallades. These are here just for, your generic the dark anti-meta type stuff. It's not really anti-meta, but dark negation. The 1 Steel Soul Roach, quite like this card right now. The 1 Daigusto Emerald, just to recycle any monsters that you need back in the deck. The 1 Rebellion Dragon, just for a little bit of extra damage. The 1 101, and this card's got better now that Exton Knight isn't a thing, so you need a bit more mass removal. I say mass removal. The 1 Luminescent Knight, sorry, just to direct things like MST away from your field spell. The 1 Gagaga Cowboy, standard. The 1 Castell, very standard. The 1 Abyss Dweller. Again, don't really need to say too much about it. I don't know how good it is going to be this format, but we'll see. The 1 Trapeze Magician, all my things are magicians, so it kind of makes sense. And then finally the 1 Ragnar Zero, just for any life point increases and attack modifiers and such. It's pretty decent. So that is it, guys. I hope you did enjoy the deck profile of my Toons. As I said, it's just very much a fun deck. Not in any way meta, unfortunately. I would love it to be. I'd be the first person on that hype, but it unfortunately isn't. It's just very much a fun deck that I'll always keep, and I'll normally bring it to like events or something just to play people if they want me to play against their Toons and such, and they'll probably crush me, but it's completely fine. So that is it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know down in the comment section below what you think of the deck profile. As I said, leave me a like, comment, subscribe, and I should catch you guys later.